Long ago, in lands far away, on dusty roads and in busy towns, people lived their lives according to ancient traditions. This story begins during a time when new ideas about Jesus were spreading. Our story takes us to the area around the city of Damascus, a place of trade and travel, where many journeys unfolded. At this time, there were followers of Jesus who shared their messages, and their numbers were growing. Not everyone understood or agreed with these new teachings. Life for some was about upholding what they believed was the right way, protecting their ancient customs and beliefs. It was a time of strong opinions and deep convictions about faith and practice. Our main character is a man named Paul, who was also known as Saul. He was a very serious and dedicated person, deeply committed to his faith. He believed very strongly in the traditions he followed. Paul's role was to travel and ensure people followed the established laws. He was known for being quite focused and passionate about what he believed to be true and correct. Before the important change in his life, Paul was on a mission. He felt certain and confident in his purpose. He had received official letters that gave him authority to find followers of Jesus in Damascus and bring them back to Jerusalem. He was actively seeking out those who followed Jesus, firmly believing they were mistaken in their path. This was his normal way of life, stable and familiar to him. As Paul journeyed closer to Damascus, something completely unexpected happened. Suddenly, a very bright light from the sky shone all around him. The light was so powerful that Paul fell to the ground. Then, a voice spoke from the light. It asked Paul why he was acting in opposition to it. Paul, startled, asked who was speaking. The voice calmly replied, "I am Jesus." This was a profound and surprising moment that changed everything Paul thought he knew. After the light and the voice, Paul, who had fallen, carefully stood up. But when he opened his eyes, he could not see anything at all. He was blind. The men traveling with him had to gently take his hand and led him the rest of the way into the city of Damascus. For 3 days, Paul remained without his sight. During these 3 days, he did not eat any food or drink any water. This sudden blindness and the voice of Jesus created a major challenge for Paul. Everything he had confidently believed and acted upon was now questioned. He had been so certain of his mission, and now he was blind and heard the voice of the very person he had been trying to stop. His understanding of the world was shaken. He had to grapple with this entirely new reality, feeling confused and unable to see his way forward, both literally and figuratively. A key turning point arrived when Jesus spoke in a vision to a man in Damascus named Ananias. Jesus instructed Ananias to go to Paul, who was in a specific house. Ananias knew about Paul's reputation and was hesitant. But Jesus reassured him that Paul had a new purpose. Ananias, trusting the instruction, went to Paul. He placed his hands on Paul and told him that Jesus had sent him so Paul could see again and receive the Holy Spirit. As Ananias spoke, something like scales seemed to fall from Paul's eyes, and he could see clearly once more. This moment was not just about regaining his physical sight. It showed a deep, internal shift beginning within Paul. Immediately after he could see, Paul got up and was baptized. He then felt his strength return and he ate some food. Instead of continuing his original mission, Paul did something completely different. He began to speak about Jesus in the synagogues in Damascus, telling everyone that Jesus was truly the Son of God. His actions were a clear and immediate change from his previous path. Over time, people in Damascus were very surprised to see this change in Paul. They remembered him as the one who had come to arrest and stop the followers of Jesus. Now, he was speaking strongly in favor of Jesus. Paul continued to grow in his new belief and understanding. He spent time learning and clarifying his message, which became even more powerful. He showed through his words that Jesus was indeed the promised Messiah. The story of Paul teaches us a simple but important lesson. People can change in very profound ways. Even someone who holds very strong beliefs about one thing can come to understand and believe something entirely different. It shows that new purpose and understanding can appear from the most unexpected places. This story highlights that anyone, no matter their past actions or beliefs, can begin a new and positive path. From that moment forward, Paul's life was devoted to sharing his new understanding with many people across different lands. His journey became one of teaching and helping others to understand the message of Jesus. His story reminds us that life can hold surprising changes and wonderful new beginnings for everyone.